My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
There it is. Time for Senator Susan Kent and Clean Up in Aisle 9 or Yeah, But. And this could be the final edition, as I believe I will be pushing our friendship to the limit today, and we will see if we will survive. But first, the niceties. So you're indoors today, so I presume the bear population is too much out on the porch.
We haven't seen any bears this time. I'm very sad.
That's okay. Of all the freaky things said on the show, that's just weird. I haven't seen any live bears in my backyard. I'm so sad.
Okay, it just makes you feel any better, my husband, because fall is encroaching, as we can well see today, and so he's been setting out the mouse traps out around, and he is quite the trapper. Let's just put it that way.
See, it's so funny. Women will never get the sexist comment coming. Women will never get this, but even if it's being the ability to trap and kill mice, it's like an inner pride thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite things, we have this old house. The first couple times I had to kill a bat or two. Not saying it didn't get my blood pressure going, but who saved my clan? It was this guy. That is the strangest. I know it's weird.
No rabies in Alabama.
And it's just guttural. It's just like, I have no doubt. It's here. Look what I found. He's bringing the mouse up by its tail. Look what I did. It's just weird for us, but we have to do that. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy. And you use the word, he's a great hunter. You use that. That's why this guy feels who he is. That's the essence.
I this week I've been calling him Trapper Chris. It just works. So.
Never stop. That is like the greatest compliment to a man. He's walking. I'm Trapper John. That's me. And
he's trapped a lot of mice, and he throws them off the deck for the crows. And then we were out hiking around on the hillside yesterday, and we passed this little sad-looking dead rodent on the trail. And I was like, "Oh, is this one of yours?" And it's like, it looks like a crow had it and then dropped it.
Worst crow ever. Lost your lunch. Free lunch out here at their house, and then it's gone. Okay, good for you. That makes me very happy about you, because, again, I know it's sexist, but seriously, inner man thing, you call him the trapper. Inside, even if he just kind of shrugs it off, he is like just beaming in there. It's like, oh yeah, it's just guttural. It's
I'm a Southern girl at heart, so there's a certain skill that we are raised with.
Well, hopefully people hearing that today will say, because I don't know if that's ever been said out loud before about the killing of mice or bats, is how much it makes you feel like a man, but it does. So now women, go home. Even if your husband shooing off the stray cat in the backyard, it makes him feel like a guy. So let him do that. Right?
He's protecting the clan. Yes.
Exactly. So that was the niceties. I'm glad you're doing fine.
So now what do you have in store for me? That's the question.
Yeah, because I did the same thing with Putnam earlier. And I don't want to be mean about this, and I think I gave grace for a while, but I will start ripping my own side first. I don't know if you heard this, but the Vice President, J.D. Vance, is coming because of the shooting at the school.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. I know he's my side. I know if he doesn't show up, then it's like he didn't even care about. We've set up a whole trap now when bad things happen. What's the right amount of time to go visit? When do you not? When do you do? You know what, JD, stay home. Say, you know what, today on the 1 week anniversary, we're going to say a little prayer at my house. But just recognize it. I'm fine with that, because otherwise it's just this kabuki theater. I'm not thrilled with it, but both sides. Go ahead.
Can I just interject briefly? I'm not disagreeing with you, but I will say, what I'm seeing in the social media that I follow, that's a little different than yours, I imagine, is, it was great that President Trump called Governor Walz right after that tragic morning at Annunciation in Minneapolis, but never called after Melissa Portman was killed.
See, but this is
but the point is, it's just call, right? I mean, because if you're not calling consistently, when you do show up, your motives are questioned.
And again, I don't want to say that the Hoffman thing was not huge, because it definitely is for us. But you're a country of 350 million people, and I don't read every newspaper across the state. Lots of things go on. My point is,
that Melissa is the first woman, and I don't know this for sure, but I have read that Melissa is the first woman politician assassinated in our country's history. I mean, it is.
That'd be interesting. I don't know that either. Yeah, but
it was a huge. I mean, it's political. It's a political assassination. I mean, it is.
Well, and I'm glad he called it.
And it was a big deal, and he never acknowledged that. So just throwing.
But it's kind of like Joe Biden didn't show up before the hurricane or the train thing. Just stop. My point is, we're all adults, and we will deal with Minnesota problems with Minnesota. I don't think it makes us any easier to take because the president called it in. My point is, because I'm going to get into what's really teeing me off. I don't need JD Vance here. He's my side. If that makes you think he checked the box, check your box. But I'm a little tired of all of us here in Minnesota, and we try hard we try on this show to give the respect that we can have different sides, so we need to take the rhetoric down, right? Because people are getting shot. We say this all the time here, and it's dust in the wind. It's a big popcorn fart in the wind. Last week, I think we brought it up. The governor came out, and what was he saying? How smart you got to be a MAGA guy. Which red hat do I wear today? And what do I got to do? I got to be cruel. The only person I got to look up to is orange man, felon guy. This is bad enough. And I think we even talked about it. Give him some grace. The guy's having a problem. He lost his friend, right? Melissa. He lost his friend. It's tough. And I said a week ago, okay, but tough times need tough people. You're the governor. You need to start showing us what you want us to be if this is what you're true. And then yesterday, and you're up in the woods, maybe you missed it. There was rumor evidently on the internet thing that Trump died over the weekend.
Oh, they didn't see. That made it up here. Yeah.
Okay. I saw it, but the problem was I didn't see it on the weekend. I was busy. I was grilling stuff. I didn't. But my wife sees it, and I said, well, go turn the TV on. Obviously, if this was true, every station would have a band. It wasn't true. Trump makes some fun about it. Hey, grossly overrated. But the governor yesterday, well, I saw it yesterday, so it might be the day before, is doing one of these things that I got the same thing you did. I got the dream almost came true. Not this time, but there'll be a time for us when that ends up being true. And I get the group he's with. They're all kind of laughing at it. Literally, this guy lost his friend. Hoffman got shot. We had 2 kids shot and all the others shot in that thing. And he's kind of making a bit of a joke. Someday our dream will come true and Trump will be dead. Now, this is not a joke I don't think Trump wouldn't have done. I'm not saying, I'm not, but I'm saying we got to stop. We keep saying stop. The guy in charge, stop. Don't make fun, because that's what crazy people think. The one guy who said the governor was talking to him, for God's sakes, that's the one who's going to say, we'll get lucky if Trump's gone. We got to stop. And he doesn't. And I think at some point we have to say, now's the time. You've had your time to grieve. Even if you're really silly sad, have somebody write your speeches then. Am I wrong here? Stop it.
Well,
take the high road.
I mean, I don't know. I did not see that part. That's what he said. I mean, what I saw was, everybody greeting kids back to school. So, that was what I think the focus was on. But, if he made a comment, I'm not sure. But if he did,
he did.
Obviously it's not in the norm. But on the other hand, you just totally said it's one thing for our president to do it. That's just normal. Well, no, you did. I mean,
you're right. I'm letting you. Yes.
But then we're going to criticize other people who do it. That's the problem. It's Trump goes beyond the pale and beyond every single boundary that's ever been acceptable. And I want to come back to that, because I know we can't talk long, because I want to come back to something more recent about that. But, you cannot just put him off in a separate category and then hold everybody else to account. So if you're going to hold Walz to account for that, that's fine. He, of course, is actually talking about natural causes. But Donald Trump does way worse every day.
Clouds go by and you become very shadowed. It's so funny watching. It's like, I thought the internet was going. It's just a cloud. Now it's gone. Sorry. Side note. No, we all agree Trump is wrong in the way I don't even think Republicans think, hey, it's just really classy and new. None of us believe that's right. Your side yells, he's bad man, bad mouth, he shouldn't talk like that. And instead of taking the high road, which we're supposed to take the high road, we'll meet him in the gutter. My point is, I want all of us to stop meeting in the gutter. I will not stick up for Trump saying bad crap. Now, his policies, you and I might disagree with, but we'll never disagree on the way he says it. I think he's too obtuse. If that's right word for it. He's wrong. He's just grandiose. He's too full of him. He's a narcissist. Okay. But doesn't mean that you can't
We're agreeing.
pass the right line. You're shaking your head. I'm not sticking up for the way he says it, but my point is when your side says this is terrible, let's meet him there. We now swear more on TV when you listen to politicians now on the other side because we got to get tougher. Tough isn't swearing, and he didn't do it before. Take the high road, because when you got to beep it because your mother can't hear it, then you said something you shouldn't have said in a way you shouldn't have said it. Can we just get back? We talk about your old Southern school. There's nothing wrong with the old Southern style. Let's clean it up a little bit. We can still have differences. I got to go to break. You get my point. I'm not sticking up for Trump the way he does things, but I'm sure they're not going to stick up for my governor who won't get past it, saying we got to be nice, we got to get back to it, and then keep doing it. You got to stop. We'll be back after this. I've got her. She's got something she wants to. Senator Susan Kent. Clean up in Aisle 9.
Braver Angels Minnesota is part of a national movement that brings together conservatives, liberals, independents, and others to restore trust, respect, and goodwill in politics. We seek not to eliminate our differences, but rather deal with them head on, with respect and understanding. We do not try to change people's views, but how they view the other side. There will always be differences. Braver Angels Minnesota believes the best way forward is to change how we deal with those differences. Join the civil conversation at mn.braverangels.org.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful to your animals and to you. Coughing animals can lead to costly vet visits and other serious health problems. Now there's an environmentally safe solution for your dust problems. It's called DustLock. DustLock can control the dust all summer long with just one application. Protect your animals and your health with DustLock. Learn more at dustlock.com.
Are you kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS-SHOW.
And we've got our Senator Susan Kent in Cleanup in Aisle 9. You had something. Did you write it down? Do you remember? What do you want?
Actually.
Okay.
I do.
I got to write down everything.
I wanted to bring it up anyway, and then you brought it up, so I get to take it and run.
Go ahead. Yeah, if I brought it up, it must be fabulous.
No, it's the fact that our president who, you know, gets in front of the cameras and the press every chance he gets, was not available for 6 days, which is why there was all this speculation. I even saw somebody posted something on social media that was like some Washington, D.C. traffic thing that showed that all the entrances to Walter Reed Hospital had been locked down on a day. And, you know, so people were speculating madly that that was because he was there getting treatment. And, you know, two thoughts on this. First of all, he has a known history of like completely distorting his health situation. You know, there's a long tradition of presidents doing official medical visits and having official doctor's reports being made, and they're credible and they have meaningful information. And then he puts out these statements that are like press releases about how he's the most healthy human ever, you know, that kind of thing. So there's a long history of credibility problems with situations about his health. There was a recent thing about this chronic venous whatever thing that they're saying he does have. But you know, he truly disappears. Our media is really not asking meaningful questions about if he's okay. I mean, that is a serious. And even JD Vance, to your point, you know, he was, for whatever reason, I don't know if this was strategic or he just heard it and wanted to say something, but he basically said, "I'm ready to step in." You know, it's like he felt like he needed to say something, and so that's part one. But part two is, oh my God, did you not live through the Biden administration where every time he like blinked funny, the media lost their minds over it? It's such a double standard. And I mean, whether it's Trump or not, we as citizens have a right to the information about the health and well-being of our president. And I'll just say one final point. My favorite note that I saw on social media this week was that the recommended movie was, you remember Dave?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a good movie. My only argument to that, because I know people are just biting the bit as they're listening to you say that, for the better part of 4 years, we're nothing but lied to about Joe Biden and his health and what his conditions were. We even got books coming out now that people say we kind of knew it, but we didn't want to know it. And so the idea that we must know everything about Trump, he's got cankles, saw him, pictures of him, and until you can get me something else, he's out there doing the job 24/7. I'm not too concerned about his health. You can be, and what happens if he dies? It's J.D. Vance. I get it. But we had a president who was not there
for 6 days. This guy
over a holiday weekend.
Okay, it's a 3-day weekend, and this man never misses a chance to be in front of the cameras. And he wasn't visible, and when he was visible, like there was some pictures that they showed to demonstrate he was golfing someplace, and someone demonstrated that was actually a picture from June or something. You know, I mean, this is. I'm not.
You think he's sick? You think
I'm not excusing that if people were, if information was manipulated or withheld during the Biden administration, that's not okay either, right? But Donald Trump has lied about his medical situation since.
But you don't know that. You know that you say if with Biden we see the jello that is out there sometimes when he's trying to chat.
And I'm saying that's not okay.
But this is for sure that he's got an issue.
Yeah, but I'm saying he has a history of lying about his medical and physical condition, including the part where, what is he? He's like 6'3" and 210 pounds or something. I mean, it's just like
he's an Adonis, and if you don't understand that, you're just not looking at the TV screen right. He is an Adonis, and he'll tell you. You just got to get over it. One last thing.
I just opened my mouth a little bit, so okay.
I don't want to waste all the time on it, but
but it's the double standard.
Taylor, no, I got to hit
the media isn't asking the question. The media
you're not going to give me time to ask this important question. Yes. Taylor Swift, Kelsey, what's his name, getting married. Do you give a crap?
I think it's delightful. I think we need things that are positive. I think they seem like two talented people who make each other happy, and they've had a lot of fun with it. And I think there are things we should celebrate.
Maybe celebrate is one. This is going to be bigger. They're projecting than Princess Di's wedding. And they're gambling on how many people will stand up with them, the color of the stuff. And I'm sitting there going, I could not care less. This might be the only time we talk about this on this entire, right up to the wedding. But it's interesting. I think even my wife's going to be like, well, we'll have to watch that.
I didn't get up for Princess Di's wedding either. You know, I'm not going to, it will not dictate my life. But I do think I thought it was cute, the English teacher, the gym teacher getting married. I think that's adorable.
Oh, my God. We'll be back after this. We're out of time. More after this.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different.